Hey friends, good morning. Today is Monday, April 27th, 2020. I have a shout out, but before I do my shout out, I am not recording myself actually talking this week. So you won't be able to see me in the videos only because my heat is out in my apartment. So I am staying with my sister and I want to be respectful of her space. Also, since I'm staying with my sister, you might hear some babies in the background from time to time. If you do, I'll just try to pause it and edit it out. But if you do, please just try to focus and I'll try my best to edit it out. All right, let's get started. I have a shout out. All right, my shout out is for Jocelyn Bradley. Last week, on Monday, I asked friends to share a positive thing that they're doing for themselves or for someone else, something that they've said or done for someone else. And Jocelyn emailed me that she's been making cards for first responders and essential workers. She's also been saving money so she can buy them lunch as a way to say thank you. Jocelyn, you are such a leader, and I'm sure you're inspiring your classmates to follow your lead. I know that if I asked friends who inspires them, I bet that a lot of friends would pick you. And I also know that Mr. Bell and Miss Fussner, Mr. Whaley and Miss Smith are also proud of you. They were so excited to see what you've been up to. All right, take a few moments to pick your focus goal, pause the video, and pick your focus goal. Did you do it? I really want to make sure that we're hearing friends ask questions when they don't understand something. I know for our last week when we worked on some poetry, some friends had some trouble with a few things like line breaks. Some friends had some trouble with some of our stanzas. So we just want to make sure that if you do have a question that you're asking it, all right? All right, check in with yourself, see how you're feeling, make sure that you are ready to learn. Remember, if you're feeling like upset or mad or even a little shy or scared or nervous, that's okay. That's no big deal. There are ways that you can calm yourself down. So you can put your hand out like you're giving a high five. Put your finger, your other hand, using your pointer finger from your other hand, put your finger at the base of your thumb and then breathe in, breathe out, tracing your finger up and down as you breathe in and out. All right, let's go over our daily objectives. So today we have some new spelling word or some new sight words. We have some new vocabulary words that we're going to be introducing. And our main goal today, or our main objective today, is that we're going to be defining and distinguishing between cause and effect statements. All right, let's go over our new sight words. Remember, get your body ready. We're sitting up nice and straight. We're getting ready to dribble our sight words. The word is always. The word is get ready, go. ALWAYS, always. One more time, get ready, go. Awesome. The word is great. The word is get ready, go. GREAT, great. One more time, get ready, go. The word is thought. The word is get ready, go. THOUGHT. One more time, get ready, go. The word is head. The word is get ready, go. HEAD, head. One more time, get ready, go. The word is saw. The word is get ready, go. One more time, get ready, go. If you were able to keep up with me, give yourselves an Oreo cheer, get ready, go. Ah, 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 ah. 1, 2, 3, slant. All right, let's go over our new vocabulary words. We have pleasant, which means a sense of happiness. Show me what a pleasant smile looks like. All right, let's go on to our next one, slumber. That means to sleep. Show me what it looks like when you sleep. Careless, not concerned or worried. So like, for example, someone might be texting while they're walking. They're probably being a little careless because they're not watching where they're going. And then let's look at our last one, peer. People that are the same age as you, or they might enjoy similar things as you. All right. Now let's practice filling in our blanks with our new vocabulary words. Let's read the first one together, and then I'm going to let you do the rest on your own, and we can go over it since you guys are pretty familiar now with the formatting of what we do. The man was crossing the street while texting. He tripped over the ledge. He was being very blank. I can use context clues. So that means I can think about what's happening in our sentences to figure out what word would fit best. If I know that someone's crossing the street while texting and then they end up tripping, how would I describe that person? Would I describe him as a peer? No, because a peer is someone that's the same age as you, and my sentence isn't talking anything about that. Would I describe him as slumber? No, I wouldn't, because I know that slumber means sleep. Would I describe him as pleasant? Well, no, he wasn't even paying attention. He wasn't being concerned about what he was doing or the people around him. If I know he wasn't concerned or worried about the people around him, I could describe him as careless. So I would put in careless. Let's read our sentence to make sure that it makes sense. The man was crossing the street while texting. He tripped over the ledge. He was being very careless. Does that sound right? Silent thumbs up. Does it make sense? Silent thumbs up. Yeah, remember we ask ourselves those two questions before we move on. We know that we'd have to check to see if it sounds right and if it makes sense. Because there are a few options that probably would have sounded right, but just because it sounds right doesn't mean it's going to make sense. Let's go on to our next 3. I want you to do the next 3 on your own. Pause the video and figure out what words would go in the blank. When you're done, press play so we can go over it together. Did you pause it? Did you go over it? All right, let's do it quickly together. In school, you are constantly surrounded by your blank, or students that are the same age as you. Remember, we can use context clues again to see what would best fit. What vocab word describes students that are the same age as you? Yeah, peer. I remember that we just learned that peers are people that are the same age as you, so we're going to put peers. You're constantly surrounded by your peers. All right, let's look at our next one. I got to speak to my mom on the phone yesterday, and it was a blank conversation. We laughed and caught up. What goes in the blank? On the count of 3, shout it out. 3, 2, 1. Pleasant. Yeah, I know that friends are able to use context clues. That means that they were figuring out what was going on in the sentence to figure out, they were thinking about what was going on in the sentence to figure out what would make sense in the blank. If you're talking to someone on the phone and you're laughing and you're catching up and you're having a good time, that means that conversation was probably what? Pleasant. Let's make sure we fill in our blank and see if it makes sense. I got to speak with my mom on the phone yesterday and it was a pleasant conversation. We laughed and caught up. Does it make sense? I think so too. Now, since we're at our last one, should we just fill it in? Say, oh no. We don't fill it in. We want to make sure that it still makes sense. So, after playing all day, Campbell fell into a deep blank. On the count of 3, shout out our answer. 3, 2, 1. Slumber. What is another word for slumber? Yes, it's sleep. We know if we're thinking about context clues, that means if we're thinking about what's happening in our sentence, we know if someone is playing all day, then they're probably tired, right? If you play all day, do you think you want to stay up all night too? Nah, that doesn't make any sense. We know that our best option will be slumber. Remember, we have to fill in the blank and then we have to read it and ask ourselves 2 questions. What are those 2 questions we ask ourselves? Yeah, we ask ourselves, does it sound right and does it make sense? After playing all day, Campbell fell into a deep slumber. Does it sound right? I think so too. Does it make sense? Yes, it does, because we know that if you're playing all day or working all day, you're probably going to be pretty tired, and we know that slumber means sleep. All right. Now let's go on to our main objective. Echo after me. I will be able to define and distinguish between cause and effect statements. All right, so what is a cause and effect statement? So a cause is what makes something happen or why something happens. And an effect is the result of what happened or what happened after an action or incident. So think about cause is what makes something happen, and then effect is what happened afterwards. What was the result of that action? So for an example, if I put my sentences together, Miss Hyatt didn't feel well this morning, so she didn't do her daily workout. I know that the cause or the effect, I know that the effect of me not feeling well is that I didn't do my daily workout. I know the cause of me not doing my daily workout was because I did not feel well. I know that that's the cause. I know that this is the cause because it's not a result of anything happening. It's explaining why something didn't happen. I know that this is my effect because this is the result of me not feeling well. All right, let's do some together. I'm going to do these two and think them out loud, and then you are going to do the others on your own. Jamil and his father were stopped at a red light in the middle of town. Just as the light turned green, his father heard the fire truck's siren and saw their flashing lights behind them. Jamil's father quickly pulled over to the side so the fire truck could pass. What was the effect of Jamil's dad hearing the fire truck siren? What was the effect of him hearing the fire truck siren? If I go back into our paragraph, I see that it says that he heard the fire truck siren and saw the flashing lights behind him. That's our cause. That's what's causing him to do another action. Now let's see what he did. What action did he take, or what effect? Jamil's father quickly pulled over to the side so the fire truck could pass. So I know that the effect of Jamil's dad hearing the fire truck was that he pulled over to the side and the fire truck was able to pass him. If he did pull over to the side, would the fire truck be able to pass him? No. So we know the effect of him hearing the sirens was that he moved over to the side and the fire truck could pass him. Let's look at another one. Miss Horton went fishing this morning. She put the first worm on the fishing hook and threw the line into the water. She felt the line pull under the water. She already had a bite. She saw she had caught a nice fish. What caused the fish line to pull underwater? So now we're switching up our question. At first we asked what was the effect. Now we're asking what caused something to happen. So we already know our effect. It's that the fish line was pulled underwater. But what caused that to happen? What do you think caused that to happen? Look back at our paragraph and think about what caused the fish line to pull underwater. Did you figure it out? Let's see if you're right. I know it says she put the first worm on the hook and threw it into the water. So I think the reason that it was pulling, the fish line was pulling, was because she put a worm on the hook and put the hook in the water. That must have made fish want to bite it, right? Good. If you got both of those right, or if you were able to keep up with me, give yourselves a pat on the back. Let's practice some all on your own now. I want you, actually, let me do the first one with you just so we can explain how to do it, and then you can do the next two on your own. These are statements that I'm giving you. Instead of looking back into the text, I want you to come up with your own cause and effect for these statements. So let's go over what I mean. Alyssa's alarm clock didn't go off Monday morning. What could have caused her alarm clock to not go off Monday morning? So I know one of the causes of that is maybe she forgot to set her alarm clock. Or maybe the batteries broke. Or maybe she couldn't hear. Or maybe she put the wrong time on her alarm clock. All of those could be causes, right? What could be an effect? What is the result of her alarm clock not going off? Maybe she's late for the bus. Maybe she's late for school. Maybe she doesn't get to watch her favorite show before school. Those are all effects. Notice how I gave you different ones. There is not one set answer for any of these problems. That means that if your answer is a little bit different than mine, that doesn't make it wrong. You want to make sure whatever you choose is a cause and an effect. Remember. Now I want you to do the next two on your own, thinking about what could have caused this statement to happen and what is the effect of these last two statements. Pause the video and do it by yourself or with a person at home. Did you pause the video and do it on your own? All right, let's go over it together. When Diana began to write, the marker was out of ink. What could have caused the marker to be out of ink? Notice how whenever I'm answering the questions about cause and effect, I'm restating the question. What could have caused the marker to be out of ink? When I phrase it like that, it makes it a lot easier for me to think of cause and effect statements. I know one cause could have been that maybe she used the marker a lot, so it was out of ink already. Or maybe another cause is that she left her marker cap off all night and it dried out. If you have a different cause or a different effect, feel free to leave it in the comments, and I would be more than happy to let you know if your cause or effect is correct or not. Make sure whenever you do put it in the comments, if you choose to, that you tell me which statement is your cause and which statement is your effect. All right, so I gave you two different options. There could be other ones, but let's move on and talk about what the effect could be. Well, since what could be an effect of the marker being out of ink? So what could be a result of it? What could happen because the marker is out of ink? Yeah, we know that maybe she couldn't write with it. Maybe she couldn't draw with it. Maybe she couldn't color in her coloring book. These are all effects of her marker being out of ink. Let's look at the last one together. You should already have a few causes and effects in your mind. If you don't, pause the video and come up with some on your own so we can go over it together. In the middle of movie night, all the power in the house went out. What could have caused all the power in the house to go out? So I thought maybe there was a storm, so maybe the lights went out, or maybe, what could be another cause? Does anyone have anything different? I know another cause could be maybe your breaker, like your circuit breaker, may have tripped, maybe a wire in your electrical system might have tripped. I know that's a little bit different, but if you have something different, feel free to share it. What could be an effect of this? Well, I know they're having a movie night, so maybe an effect of that could be that they didn't get to watch their movie. Or maybe the movie shut off for a little bit. Or maybe they had to go to bed early because all the lights were out. Or maybe another effect could have been their movie or their movie night turned into a game night, so maybe they played board games instead. These are all possible effects. Notice how how they all could be different. If you have something different, again, feel free to put it in the comments. Just make sure you let me know which statement is your cause and which is your effect. So, what is a cause? Let's go back and review. We know that a cause is something that happens, or what makes something happen, or why something happens. What causes something to happen? Or an effect is the result of what happened. So, remember, friends, whenever you're going over cause and effect statements, sometimes it helps to restate the question. So what caused this action to happen? What was the effect of this thing taking place? All right, now it's your turn to practice. Before you take your exit ticket, I want you to work on your guided practice and take your exit ticket. When you're done, you can log into Lexia or read a story for 30 minutes. See you later.